Hey friends, welcome back to my channel, Diamonds and Washi. My name is Katie, and today I'm here with a Diamond Art Club new release sneak peek unboxing. We're going to be taking a look at Hear Them Whisper by Miss Holly today, some stunning artwork that is chock full of special drills, and hopefully this is going to help you decide if this is going to be on your shopping list for this weekend. So let's get into this. We're going to go through all of the details about the canvas, the drills, everything, and let me know if you have any questions in the comments below, and subscribe if you want to see more diamond painting content from me. Here's a look at it's kind of the digital render. I'll have a look at the original artwork once we open up this box. This is a big kit, friends. We are talking 65 by 91.8 centimeters, which when you look at the detail that's in this kit, it's not surprising. Now, does anyone else, when they see the artwork for a diamond painting release, try to guess where the special drills are going to go? Because I really enjoy that, and I wonder if you also guessed, I hope there's some gold Electro diamonds, which it looks like we do have at least one Electro diamond. This is going to have 54 colors and this whole plethora of special drills. A total of 96,000 diamonds in this piece overall. Diamond Art Club uses this blue branding down here for their square drill diamond painting kits. It'll be pink, with the round drill here, if it's going to be a round drill diamond painting kit. On the back of the box, for my beginner diamond painters here's some information about how to diamond paint. Also check the description box below for some beginner-friendly videos, tutorials, and whatnot. Here's your kit contents. And by the way, at the bottom of the box, you can see the name of the artwork. This is honestly just a practical thing, I feel like, at least for me, because I still store all of my diamond paintings stacked on top of each other, and so being able to see the name and the artwork for the kit at the end of the box is it's efficient. So if you are brand new to Diamond Art Club and thinking of making your very first purchase, by the way, I do have a 20% off discount code you're welcome to use. It is just my name, Katie, K-A-T-I-E, and the number 20. And like I said, 20% off your first purchase. It is an affiliate code, so I may make a small commission if you choose to use it. There's no obligation at all. You're going to see some other discount codes in this video. And out in the wild, I would just gently suggest take advantage of one of those discount codes and don't pay full price for your Diamond Art Club order. So we have our toolkit, our stickers, and then the canvas and drills. Let's look at the toolkit first. They have made some upgrades and changes to their toolkits over the past several months, and I like a lot about what they have done with their toolkits. First, we have their new twist and pick pens, which they come preloaded with this clear wax, and you literally want to twist it, like in the name, and that will help push the putty that's in there out to the end of the pen. And if it runs out of putty or wax, whatever's in there, you can twist it the opposite direction and refill it, which is handy. And it is more ergonomic than your basic diamond painting pen, so I do like these and think they're a nice change. They come with a 4-placer in the end. You can pull it out and replace it with, they include a 7-placer, and it also fits the metal multi-placers that Diamond Art Club carries. Just make sure you get the ones that are push-in, not the ones that are like screw-in with the threaded tips. We have some baggies here. I think there's about 15. You can store some leftover diamonds in those. And then there is some wax in here. There's more of the clear wax, so you can use this if you run out of what's in the pen. They also include some of their classic pink heart wax. Here's that 7-placer that I mentioned if you want to use that instead. And my favorite of their toolkit upgrades has to be the tray. I love how much bigger these are than your regular diamond painting tray. The walls are higher, they just fit more drills. I like them, they're nice to work with. They did also go back and cut in these lines after some feedback, and they made the spout longer, which is great. It comes with a removable stopper and a sliding lid. So you can stack these on top of each other as well. There's cutouts here, and you can also fit a sticker on the end. So just all in all, it's a nice upgrade. That's my favorite of the toolkit changes, for sure. Then in here should be our treasure quest card and some stickers and some other helpful info. So let's see what our treasure quest card is going to be. That looks bronze to me, so let me go over this with you really quickly. Treasure Quest cards are a really pretty collectible as well as a secondary rewards program. So we have the artwork and everything on the front. Then if you flip it to the back, you're going to see that there's this scratch off area, and there's usually going to be a word here that tells you what rank of card this is. This is bronze. There's also silver, gold, and black. Black is the rarest. You are going to get a lot of bronze cards, I can tell you, unless you're extremely lucky. Once you get various combinations of these different tiers of cards, you can redeem them for things like gift cards, or a custom diamond painting. So I'll link to the Treasure Quest part of the Diamond Art Club website, and you could take a look if you're interested. One thing I do want to quickly note is that even though I got a bronze card with this kit, that does not mean that every version of Hear Them Whisper, I have a cat nearby, is going to come with a bronze card. You might get a silver or a gold or a black card. It is random. It's completely random. In here, there's actually helpful things on each of these little bits. So we have a QR code for the VIP Facebook group, which you can join once you've made your first purchase. Here's a 20% off discount code your first app purchase, step-by-step instructions, some tips and tricks, and your kit contents. And then here we have a set of pre-cut stickers, which are super handy as well. Here's a look at that original artwork by Miss Holly. I love her artwork. It's just so serene. It's so pretty and does look really nice in diamond painting form. So I love this one though. It has a lot of colors and textures that we don't always see in Miss Holly's artwork. So I'm excited to see what this looks like on the canvas and everything. These are actually all individual stickers, as are these over here. And then these are a set of pre-cut sticker labels. I like to use these when I kit up my diamonds, and it goes fast because they are pre-cut. The code you see in the right-hand column is the DMC color code. Most diamond painting companies use this system. At the end of the list is going to be our special drills, and I'll go over what all these different letters mean when we're actually looking at the diamonds. Another quick note is that you will see sometimes in Diamond Art Club kits 6000s range colors. Those colors are not part of the DMC. They're actually colors that Diamond Art Club has created to fill gaps in the DMC color code system because there are some color ranges that are a little bit more limited. And I like that a lot because I feel like it lets them match the original artwork much more closely. It's just, I'm glad that they're able to do that. It's a big improvement. Okay, this kit is big. I know I looked at the size on the front of the box, but now I'm unrolling it and going, oh no, this is big. This is big. Look at all those details in her robe already. Oh my gosh, don't worry. I'm gonna get you a look at the whole canvas in just a moment, but we're gonna unroll it all the way first so you can just see her come to life. Okay, she's so pretty. Okay, let me just roll this back a little bit. Okay. Oh my gosh, this looks incredible. Okay, so go ahead, take a look at the screen if you would like to see the entire canvas all in one spot there. Yeah, this is big and it's gorgeous and just glorious. So I'm going to take you on a tour of the features of the canvas. If you're new and you just want to see what Diamond Art Club has to offer, we have their branding up here at the top, and then the edges of the canvas are scalloped and poked, so fraying shouldn't be an issue. The back of the canvas it feels almost plush to the touch almost. It's soft. It's just really soft. And the material itself it's like a mix of sturdy and malleable. I like it. I feel like it holds drills well and lays flat well. They use a sticky poured glue on their canvases and then have a thick plastic cover that is perforated. It has these perforated sections on it. So if you want to use that to kind of create sections or have sections that you work within, the lines will help you see the edge of the perforations, and then when you want to go to work on it, you can just give it a little tug and it'll split there along the perforations. Then we have the legend over here at the top left, as well as down here at the bottom right. And then at the bottom left, we have the name of the artwork, the size, and copyright. So just like all the other pieces at Diamond Art Club, this piece is what we call legally licensed. That means that Miss Holly is both given permission for the use of this artwork and is being compensated for it by Diamond Art Club. So that's a value that I really have here on my channel, is that you're just going to see me showcasing pieces that are legally licensed. And so love that Diamond Art Club is all about that. Here's a discount code and Diamond Art Club socials, and here's some information about their lifetime warranty. Now, as long as you're the original owner and purchaser of your kit, you're covered under that lifetime warranty. So if you run into something like running out of a drill color or trouble with your kit, you can contact customer support and they can take it from there. I think all the details are on the website. I wanted to get you guys a look at, well, the symbol clarity, as well as together get a sense for how confetti heavy and color blocking heavy is this kit. Absolutely, we're talking lots of confetti in some of these highly detailed areas, like in her robe, and so confetti is where you have lots of color changes in a small area like you see here. Areas like that, you'll be doing more single placing and changing out the color in your tray a bit more often, and so that tends to take a little bit longer. By contrast, I do see some areas that do have color blocking, which will be nice. Color blockings where sometimes you have literal blocks of the same color like you have here, or over in some of these areas. So those areas tend to go a little bit faster because you can use a multi-placer and just zip right through those. There's some more confetti there. But yeah, this sky up here, there's a good amount of color blocking in these background colors, so that at least will go quickly. Yeah, her face looks really, really nice. And that's without drills on. There's got to be lots of special drills in here, right? I just have to imagine there are. I feel like I unboxed a lot of fantasy themed pieces here. Space themes often are in here. There's often stars and stuff like that. So I feel like at this point, I at least have come to expect, okay, if there's stars or if there's like a night sky, chances are good that like the stars or the twinkles, those are gonna be special drills, at least partially. So I would guess that's gonna be the case with this one. All right, so we are 91.5 centimeters, where this is 91.8, sorry about that. In this direction, let's see, we are at almost 60, oh, we're not flat. About 65 centimeters. Yeah, and Melissa says 65 on the nose. So true to size, true to size. I tend to give companies a centimeter or two of wiggle room anyway. Let's now take a look at, oh my gosh, we gotta get to those special drills. I see that gold Electro diamond for one. I see some iridescents. Yeah, let's take a look. There is a sticker, by the way, that tells you what kit these go with, just in case you store these separate from the canvas and outside that box. All right, there's a peek at our color spread. Lots of these dark night sky colors. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bags of 310. That's just black. 939 is dark blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 bags of 939. A little straggler bag of 311 down here at the end. Like I mentioned, this kit has square diamonds, and I feel like it's not surprising, given that this kit does have all of that detail. Oh, so it was a bag of 310 at the end of the other strand, and it continues into this one. I feel like Diamond Art Club squares are pretty solid quality in terms of quality. I feel like they're pretty consistent in size and shape, and I'll explain why that's important after we look at our first special drill. L780, you can see there's the mirror backing, and then there's kind of that super sparkly effect of the tops of the diamonds in there. It's almost like a topaz color. These are iridescent diamonds. Iridescent diamonds have a crystal-like effect, and that mirror backing goes flat on the canvas and helps with the reflectiveness of these diamonds. They're pretty unique. You don't see iridescent in like every single Diamond Art Club kit. But when they have opportunities to use them in a way that's really going to elevate the artwork, I find that they'll put them in there. So we do have this particular color. Here's one of our 6000s range colors, which is not a special drill in the sense that there's not like a special coating on it. It's just that the shade of brown apparently doesn't exist in the DMC. So. And I see another iridescent color coming up here, L782. This one's more of a pale yellow. Another crystal-like color, iridescent. There's the end of our strand here. So I was saying that Diamond Art Club squares tend to be really uniform in size and shape, and that matters because square drills sit up right next to each other on the canvas. So if they're inconsistent or if there's little tabs sticking off the end, that tends to cause problems because then they can't sit up right next to each other on the canvas. They'll pop. Here's our first fairy dust color, Z3064. Fairy dust diamonds have what looks like a fine glitter coating on the top almost. It gives it a pearlescent finish, and when it's on the canvas, the effect is like a subtle shimmer. This is my favorite of the special drill types that Diamond Art Club has to offer. I love, love, love fairy dust. I would happily work on like a whole big canvas that's just all fairy dust. Speaking of fairy dust, we have another one here, Z798. That's a darker blue color. I do feel like the darker colors, you can see the fairy dust coating better than the lighter colors. I believe this one is going to be our last iridescent color. This is like a slightly darker yellow than the last one we saw. It's more like a true yellow. 783. And then here is our Electro diamond, K444. This is a gold Electro color. That Electro is the word that Diamond Art Club gives for their diamonds that have a metallic finish. That bright yellow is what goes flat on the canvas. The gold metallic is what faces up. And these are just glorious, gorgeous drills. So love these so much. I can't wait to see where those are gonna go. And then here's our AB color, AB 3078. AB diamonds, they're named after the Northern Lights. AB stands for Aurora Borealis. These have an iridescent coating on the top that is super sparkly and almost has like there's multiple colors being reflected there. It's gonna grab some of the colors of the diamonds around it and really stand out too. So pretty pale yellow one. Here's our next fairy dust color, Z340, a nice light purple. And I am forgetting, I don't know if we have one more special drill in the mix or if that was it. I think that was it, yeah. Just get to the end here. If you were curious, Diamond Art Club puts their drills in order of weight or like amount of drills, not DMC order. All right, so let's take a look, starting at the bottom of the canvas, and find where these many special drills are going to be found. Just as a really quick recap, for fairy dust, we had the kind of light brown fairy dust, the blue fairy dust, and the light purple fairy dust. Then for iridescence, we had kind of a brown color, and then we had a yellow color, and then we had like a light brownish yellow color. And then we also had our gold Electro diamond and our light yellow AB. So let's go ahead, we're gonna start here at the bottom and see where all of these special drills are gonna go. Those iridescent diamonds are gonna be in quite a lot of like the browns that are in the background with the clouds and kind of the sky and those kind of motifs. So for example, we have the yellow color and the brown color iridescence are all throughout like these brown lines in here with these clouds. As we move up into these clouds, there's a chunk of, this is that yellowish brown color here, and then again some of these lines around it are the other two iridescent colors, including back here we have that brown iridescent color, and it kind of continues up into this cloud as well. There's that yellow iridescent and then the brown iridescent and so on. This star right here is the light yellow AB color, and as we come over into these clouds you're going to see a lot of really similar things. So we have the brown iridescent, and then throughout some of these little like waves and lines we have the other two shades of iridescent diamonds. These yellow marks here, these two stars and the yellow at the top of this cloud, that is actually going to be our gold Electro diamond, our first sighting of those. And then this yellow star is the light yellow AB color. These little purple dots in the background around this star, those are going to be the lavender fairy dust color. And then you see how they kind of make, it's a little hard to see from back there, but they make these little circles, slight circles around here. So there's the lavender fairy dust, and then there's the blue fairy dust kind of finishing the circles on either side and kind of coming around. There's some of the lavender fairy dust in these purple shades on her outfit, and then the light brown fairy dust is going to be in some of these light brown shades in these butterflies, like they are here, a few spots throughout here, some spots here, just a lot of different shimmery areas through there. See it over here too. This is again the light brown fairy dust. Let me pull this down. We'll keep moving up. There's more of the light brown fairy dust in these light brown shades over here, and a little bit of the lavender fairy dust in these light purples. There's some of the light brown fairy dust in this kind of light brown shade coming through. I don't know the exact name for this article of clothing, and I don't want to get it wrong, but where I'm pointing to. And then there's some of the light yellow ABs in here, those light yellow colors. Hopping over to these areas, I am seeing some of the yellow iridescent and some of these cloud lines again. A little bit of the gold Electro diamond coming in here again, including the tops of these clouds, that bright yellow color. And getting up into these yellow stars, that's the gold Electro diamond. There's also big color blocked sections again of this is kind of that yellowish brown color. Then there's the yellow iridescent color and the brown iridescent color. So these clouds are really just made up of quite a lot of those special drills. There's also some faint circles around these stars that are made up of the blue fairy dust and a little bit of there's a couple of gold electro in here and a couple of the lavender fairy dust as well. A couple of these light browns are going to be the light brown fairy dust, and then these little gold dots and these flowers on her sleeve, that's going to be the gold electro that's kind of sprinkled in there. Some of these clouds, we have a lot of those iridescent colors. All three of our iridescent colors are in this cloud here. And we have these gold electro diamonds and these stars. And I'm checking to see. Okay, so this gorgeous yellow star, kind of like one of the focal points of this piece. This whole star is made up of the light yellow AB, and this is easier to see kind of the rings around it. The rings around it are made up of the lavender fairy dust and the blue fairy dust. So just a little bit of extra shimmer. It continues with like the rings that go this way, the light swirls that you see. Okay, coming up here as well. Those are all those 2 shades of fairy dust, and I love that. It's subtle. That fairy dust is going to be perfect for those spots. I think that's gorgeous. I think that's perfect. In her hair, we have all 3 yellow brown and yellowish brown shades of the iridescent diamonds in this hairpiece. And then as we're getting into the stars up here, it kind of depends what the special drill is going to be. The light yellows, like these on these spots, this one over here, that's our light yellow AB color. And then the almost orange looking one, that's going to be our gold electro diamond. And that's, you know, all of these. And again, a little like slight swirls, light rings you see, those are going to be our 2 fairy dust colors. I am obsessed with those. I think it's gonna be subtle compared to a lot of the other special drills, but I think that against the dark color background, they're going to stand out like in just the perfect balanced way. Let me see. I was going to show you an example even. If I can find 2 of the colors easily. Here. So like here's this blue fairy dust against that 939. That's going to be one of the background sky colors. Like just that little bit of extra shimmer. Zoomed in. Like it's going to stand out in a really nice shimmery way. I love it. Maybe that's just me. I think that's really, really, really pretty. This is like one of those pieces that really seems to offer like the whole spectrum. It has the really bold and striking iridescent diamonds, the gold electro diamond, that AB, that are going to just be the stars of the show. Yes, pun intended. And then you have some of these more subtle fairy dust colors that are just gonna like take it to the next level in a more understated way. And I love it. I love it. I was hoping that this piece was going to be just out of this world in terms of the special drills and special drill placement. And as always, Diamond Art Club has knocked it out of the park and hasn't left anything out, in my opinion. So love this one. I can't even pick a favorite special drill like I usually enjoy doing. I love them all. I love them all. As a really quick recap and a reminder of the release time in case you're new. The name of this is Hear Them Whisper. It's by Miss Holly. It is a bigger kit, 65 by 91.8 centimeters, square diamonds, 54 colors, and just a ton of glorious special drills. This kit is coming out tomorrow, along with the other new releases. It's coming out tomorrow, which is Saturday, May 17th. Happy birthday to my oldest. It's a special day in lots of ways. And then the release time is going to be 9:30 a.m. Pacific, 12:30 p.m. Eastern time. That's general release. Now there is an early access window that starts half an hour beforehand for Diamond and Ruby tier rewards members. So that's 9 a.m. Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. A quick tip, make sure that you're logged into your account a few minutes early and check in on that new arrivals page a couple minutes early as well, because usually the kits will populate there before you even get the email or the text notification. And if there's a kit that you just absolutely want to make sure that you don't miss, I would recommend doing that. Log in and check early. If kits sell out during the early release, they do hold back stock for the general release, and so you can check back half an hour later if you do miss out. This is the part where I love to hear from you in the comments if this is going to be on your shopping list for the weekend or your wish list for someday, or just one you're going to enjoy vicariously through others. And what is your favorite special drill that you're seeing in this kit? What are your first impressions? I love it. I love it. And I always enjoy hearing your thoughts below. So thanks for watching, friends. Please subscribe if you want to see more diamond painting videos from me. I'd love to have you here as part of my community. Either way, though, I hope that you are doing well and that you have a day and a week that is as amazing as you are. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.